Welcome back to another daily code breakdown. Today we are looking at a classic linked list problem called Rotate List. As always, if you get stuck or need clarification on any step, drop a question in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out. Here is the problem page from the website. It looks a bit dense, so let's break down exactly what it's asking us to do, step by step. We are given a linked list that looks something like this, and a target number called k, which tells us how many times we need to shift the list to the right. A single right rotation means we take the very last node off the end of our list and attach it to the very front. Since our k value was 2, we perform that shift a second time, taking the new last item, the 4, and moving it to the front. Before we write any code, we need to think about edge cases. First, what if we get handed a completely empty list? Second, what if the list only has a single node in it? In both of these cases, rotating does absolutely nothing. The biggest issue, though, is right in the problem constraints. Our target shift number, k, can be up to 2 billion. Think about it. If our list has 5 items, shifting it exactly 5 times brings it right back to where it started. This means we never actually need to shift 1 billion times. We just divide k by the length of the list, and the remainder tells us our actual, effective shifts. So how do we solve this efficiently? The best approach is to connect the list into a circle. First, we traverse to the very end to find the tail node and count the total length. Next, we simply point the tail node's next reference directly back to the head of the list. Now it's an endless loop. Finally, we calculate where to cut the circle to form our new, rotated list. We do this by taking the total length and subtracting our effective shifts. That tells us how many steps to walk from the old head. Once we reach that new tail node, the node right after it becomes our new head, and we sever the connection to break the loop. Let's look at the Python code piece by piece. First, we immediately handle those edge cases. If the list is empty, has 1 item, or our shifts are 0, we just return the original list. Next, we start our list length at 1, and traverse all the way down until we find the very last node, updating our length counter as we go. Here is that crucial modulo trick. We reduce our shifts by finding the remainder. If the remainder is 0, the list doesn't change, so we can just stop here. Now, we link the old tail back to the head to make our circle. Then, we figure out exactly how many steps forward we need to take to find our new ending point. We walk forward that exact number of steps. The node right after our stopping point is declared the new head. We cut the tie by setting the current node's next pointer to none, and we're done. Here is the complete Python solution put together. It's clean, handles massive numbers perfectly, and only makes the necessary moves. If you want to test this code out yourself without retyping it, you can go to the LeetCodeUnlock.com/link in the description, so you can copy the code that is shown and explained in this video. Now getting back to the explanation. Code can be hard to visualize just by looking at it, so let's run a simple example through it line by line. We have a list of 1, 2, 3, and we want to shift it once. First we find the length is 3, and the tail is the 3 node. Next we modulo our k value. 1 modulo 3 is still 1. Then, we connect the tail to the head, pointing the 3 back to the 1. Then, we calculate the breaking point. The length 3 minus our shift of 1 means we need to take 2 steps from the start. We step from node 1 over to node 2. Node 2 is our new tail. Since node 2 is the new tail, the node after it, which is node 3, becomes the new head. We sever the connection after node 2, and our new list is 3, 1, 2. Let's check our performance. The time complexity is order n, where n is the number of nodes in the list, because we only have to traverse the list a maximum of 2 times. The space complexity is order 1, because we are just rearranging existing pointers without using any extra memory. I want to quickly say why this channel looks and sounds the way it does. You can probably tell this is narrated by AI. I actually built this for myself so I could generate clear, instant explanations the moment a daily problem drops to help myself learn. I upload them here in case they help you too. I don't put ads in these videos, and I don't take any sponsorships. I've also recently changed up the visual format to be more step-by-step, so please leave some feedback in the comments to let me know if this style works better for you. Also remember to drop any problem questions down there too. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Alright, that covers the Python solution. As promised, here are the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. Instead of pausing and typing these out, you can just go to LeetCodeUnlock.com via the link in the description to copy and paste the exact code directly. Here is the full solution in Java. Next up, here is the C++ version. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. So let's wrap it up. The key lessons here I to always use modulo arithmetic when dealing with massive loop rotations, and that turning a flat list into a circle temporarily makes rearranging it incredibly easy. Before we finish up, I want to mention I have another channel called LeetCode Unlocked. I'm on a mission to eventually post a solution for literally every single LeetCode problem on the platform. If you want to study problems outside of just the daily challenge, make sure to check it out. If you want to help support that goal of covering every problem, you can donate at buymeaboba.com/LeetCodeDaily. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post the daily LeetCode problem as soon as it comes out so you can get your streak done early. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.